guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Prime Math Zoom. The lesson for today will be focusing on changing improper fractions to mixed numbers. So let us dive right in. What are improper fractions? Do you know? Improper fractions are fractions written with the numerator being larger than the denominator. When a fraction is improper, it means that more than one whole was divided. Like this fraction, for example, 3 halves. It can be modeled like this: 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves. So this would represent an improper fraction. Do you know what a mixed number is? Well, if not, a mixed number is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. And a proper fraction is one where the numerator is smaller than the denominator. It can be modeled the same way as improper fractions. However, mixed numbers are represented numerically like this, where you can see the one, this big one here represents the whole number, and the one over the 2 represents the fraction of a half, also called 1 out of 2. So this fraction, this mixed number, can be read as 1.5. And it can be modeled as this: 1 whole and half of another whole. But you must note that the wholes must have the same size. Now, here we're going to see how this is relevant in a real life setting. Carson had 5/3 of a chocolate bar. Use a diagram to show this. So here with this diagram, we're going to represent 5/3. So that is 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3. But you would realize that these two holes here that these would have created are not the same size. So we have to ensure that both of them are the same sizes. So here with the two holes that are the same sizes, you realize we have 1, 2, 3/3 in one hole and 1, 2/3 in the other hole. All the thirds together would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's also called 5/3. Now, how could this be written as a mixed number? Right, 1, 2, 3/3 would create one whole, and 1, 2/3 out of 3/3 will create this 2 out of 3. And the mixed number can be written as this: a big 1 to represent this one whole, and the 2 parts out of the 3 parts as a fraction, a proper fraction. So 5/3 is the same as 1 and 2/3. Okay, let's look at this other activity. I walked 12/5 kilometers to get to school. Use a diagram to show this. So that means we're going to create pieces or equal pieces of fifths. So here we go. Let's count them. We should have how many fifths? Yes, 12/5. So let's go. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6/5, 7/5, 8/5, 9/5, 10/5, 11/5, and 12/5. So this represents 12/5. But how could this be written as a mixed number? We know that in one whole, 5/5 will make one whole. So let us see if we can create wholes from these fifths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would make one whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more will make another whole, and we have some more. 1, 2. So we have two parts that did not fully create a whole. So we know that out of this whole that we would have to have a new whole to show this 2 1/5 in. But we know that there are some parts of the whole that will not be occupied. So we could have it like this. We draw the whole and we shade 2 of the fifths. This can be written as 2 wholes here. So we write this big 2 to represent 2 wholes, and 2 out of 5 parts, which is 2/5. So the 2 parts considered will be represented as a numerator, which is a 2, and the whole, which shows how many equal parts is cut into, which is 5 parts. That 5 here would represent the denominator. So 12/5 is the same as 2 and 2/5. But there is a shortcut to it. Let us see if we can work this shortcut and see if we'll get the same responses. So mother gave William 9 quarters of dumplings. Write this as a mixed number. First, we need to write our 9 quarters. So the first step when we're using this shortcut is to divide the numerator by the denominator. So here we're going to create a whole or a set of 9 things. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things. And now we're going to see how many equal groups of 4 we can get from it. So there, 1, 2, 3, 4, one group, 1, 2, 3, 4, another group, and there is something left over. So now we would have divided the numerator by the denominator. Now we need to write the number of equal groups as a whole number. So here we have 2 wholes. Third step, write the remainder as a numerator. And fourth step, write back the same denominator. So the remainder is 1. We write that as a numerator, and the denominator was 4, so we write that. So it's called 1 out of 4 or a quarter. And this would be the shortcut. First, divide the numerator by the denominator, then write the number of equal groups as a whole number. Then we're going to write the remainder as a numerator. And finally, we're going to write back the same denominator. So that would give us a mixed number of 2 wholes and a quarter. All right, so let's check to see if that was correct with the method that we've been practicing. Mother gave William 9 quarters of dumplings. Write this as a mixed number. So here are some dumplings, and here we have 4 quarters so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have another dumpling, so we continue to count 5, 6, 7, 8 quarters. So let's get another dumpling to take some more quarters from it. And we need 9 quarters, and we are at 8 quarters now. So we take 1 from this to give us 9 quarters. Let's count it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quarters. So it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quarters. So mother gave William this number of quarters of dumplings. Can we write this as a mixed number? Here we can see that we have 2 whole dumplings. So this first dumpling is 1 whole, the second dumpling is another whole, but the other dumpling, the third dumpling, all of it William didn't get all of it. He only got one of the quarters from it. So we can say that we have 2 wholes and 1 out of a whole cut in 4 parts. And there the mixed number would be 2 wholes, which is 2 and a quarter. So it's 2 and a quarter for the mixed number. Let's check back to see if it's the same answer as before. Okay, 9 quarters is equal to 2 and a quarter. Great job. Yes, we got back the same answer. Now, you are going to try this one. Jack is sharing his oranges with his friend Mary. He gave her 19 oranges. What is this written as a mixed number? Now you can pause the video right here so you can work on this one. Please leave your answers in the comments. Thank you for exploring with me for this lesson. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.